Let's watch this video.
See person wey say don't leave am for work. Line no sumba.
Apostle, we hear of this.
Are you playing? What type of playing is this?
Hi guys, you're welcome back. Who is that? Apoko. Later, I dey busy now.
I say make I come check now, make I know how the backers they go now, the BBL stuff.
Later.
You remember ask doctor to add fat for your leg so the equation go balance yaga.
Apoko, later.
Now me boy you see they do. I say you don't repent, you don't leave her me boy matter.
If be like say they don't use Apoko swear for me. If be like say they don't use Apoko swear for me, my village people don't use Apoko swear for me.
Apostle, we hear of this.
Apoko, wetin concern you? If doctor no add flesh for my leg.
70 years old.
And what are you here for? You just won't come see how my nyash dey heal. May you carry me go dey talk. I'm a boy.
Are you playing? What type of playing is this?
So don't carry you swear for me, I swear. I bet later. We'll go talk later.
Are they wait that
Need to wait. No need to wait. Just go later. My correct people, I'm sorry for the interruption. Don't know why I go they keep friends with gossips. Abroko people. When I'm the exact opposite. Alright, so my correct people, them no be small thing no. I say make I can't give una the Torio. Yes, so CHIVIDO wedding planner don't come out, can't talk. Say yes, so say no be today, oh, say it don't take. Say since 2029, Davido be approach am, say make she plan their wedding. But along the line, one or two happen. When I know say CHIVIDO marriage, relationship, don't get too many controversies and all of that. Many people are saying different things. Some they talk go south, the other one they talk go north. Marriage where everybody, they happy. Say the marriage don't finally show. We all anticipated for that marriage. We waited for it. We dreamt about it. Personally, I dreamt about it. Now for dream, now attend that marriage. Me personally. So many people, CHIVIDO. And when they can finally do the marriage, many people begin to they talk. Yes, the marriage no really be waiting we expect. They compare am with Sharon Onoja marriage. The first started comparing the dressing, Sharon Onoja dressing with Chioma dressing. Is that even necessary? Everybody getting own taste for fashion. So I don't think that is even something that people should start comparing and all of that. So they compare that one finish, they can enter for decoration. They started comparing the decoration, like different things. My correct people, them different things where people just they compare and all. Before you know, even the Sharon say, they collect wutu. They can't leave Chioma, can't rest. After that, few months later, as Chioma and Davido, they always give people traffic. A man go podcast, come go talk, say, don't marry Chioma as a compensation because of their pikin where they lost. God bless his soul. My correct people, them, now I just see this interview. The event planner of Davido don't come out, come talk something. As I just see him, I say, oh wow, yes. Make I bring and come, make we hear. We are not hearing from Davido, we are not hearing from Chioma. Make we hear from the event planner of CHIVIDO wedding. She said this plan been on the ground since 2020. When I remember the time where Davido engaged Chioma, come to say na 2029 be the wedding. CHIVIDO 2020, where at the end of the day, as the thing no come hold, because hey, Chioma na Lord of the Ring, hey, CHIVIDO 2020 no come hold, go. Matter full grant. My correct people that this matter what they tell una so no be small matter. Now say, here I'm now from the horse's mouth, the person will plan the marriage. Here I'm from the person's mouth now that CHIVIDO 2020 was actually in progress before one or two happened. According to her, in her own words, she said life happened and they could not proceed with the wedding. So now they don't come push them to 2024, of which they don't do them done and dusted. So for somebody to come out and say, oh, it was a compensational marriage, to me, it doesn't make sense. And like, even if now waiting you think, sometimes even if you think something, to go and say it out, it doesn't make sense. Even if that's what you think, even if that's the impression you have, for you to go on a podcast because you want to trend and go and say it out just to bring down another person, I feel it doesn't make sense. Personally, that's my opinion.
For me, it's compensating Chioma. And the reason why Chioma was chosen was because, and there are different types of marriages. I have 15 types of marriages. That happens unknowingly even to the bride. We have for your sake. We have for this reason. We have if not because of you. There are marriages. We have the entrepreneurial marriage. We have the compensational marriage. A lot of them. So I said this conversation that I feel it is not time for Davido to get married. You know Davido had a child with Chioma?
Yes.
Sad notes. The boy fell in a pool.
Yes. Rest in peace to
And
him.
we lost the boy. May he so rest in peace.
Amen.
Very painful for anybody to lose a child, whether you're married or not.
Yeah.
Right from there, we didn't hear much about them. The next thing we hear is that the lady has delivered twins. How will you feel? You have a child with such a woman, with all the struggle you've gone through, and the child died. And we hear that you're going to marry a Fyodor. Will you be able to survive in the system? Will you be able to survive?
But he was, some people don't care. But he was with her though.
He said he cared.
All right.
And that's what Fyodor was telling you. When people are talking, I listen before I comment. And when I'm commenting, don't listen with your emotions. Relax. You come back to what I said. So I said, this is a compensational marriage within the list. For your sake. You know what this means for your sake?
All right, so my correct people, them make we listen to, the wedding planner of CHIVIDO marriage.
Okay, so today, drum roll, I'm going to be talking to you about CHIVIDO 2024. I want to just share some behind the scenes, some of our thought processes with you. And I just said, what's the best way to start? And I'll just start with CHIVIDO. And then, of course, there'll be more that I'll be sharing with you. So CHIVIDO 2024, hey, how did this begin? So in 2020, as you all know, we're in the event space. We always plan events. We always have guest artists come and perform. For the last few years, David had always performed at some of our events. So in 2020, I met David again, and he had just finished performing. And I was just outside, and David says to me, "You are planning my wedding." This was in 2020. But of course, as you know, after 2020, a few things happened, and life got in the way, and they had to put a pause on planning the wedding. Fast forward to 2024, I get a message in my DM, right? And I just see a message from Davido, right, as you all know. And I just see a message, Auntie Funke, my sister is going to call you. And I say, what is she calling me about? And he says, my wedding. And this was in February. And I was like, yeah. Now, Coco's wedding, we planned Coco's wedding a few years ago. Coco is one of David's sisters. So we planned the wedding, love her. She became like my sister friend. And then I got a call from Coco to say, hey, David and Chioma are getting married, their traditional engagement is going to be happening in June. And I was like, I'm ready for this. And then I get another call from Sharon and Jennifer. Jennifer is Chioma's sister. Sharon is David's sister. And then we begin the process of planning the biggest wedding in Nigeria in 2024. Now, keeping this information quiet was a huge task. So from February, I had to seal my lips. But it was only a selected number of people in my team that knew. Because, for us, discretion is very important. And we just want to make sure that clients feel very comfortable. So when we reached out to vendors and everyone, we did not disclose who the client was initially. Of course, for the whole team as a fire, they all knew, but we just had to, of course, keep it quiet. So even for the vendors, they were not told at the early stages when we were actually speaking with them. Now, the planning process began. The couple, as you know, very busy. David is a superstar, touring all over the world. Chioma, just having, the children, just, really taking care of family. So what we needed to do was to start planning. And they put us in touch to say, you know what, just talk to my sisters. They can actually represent us. So between Sharon, Coco, and Jennifer, we started the planning process. The first huge task was finding a suitable venue. Then after that was curating the guest list. So you can imagine for such a wedding, how do you manage the guest list? How do you even ensure that all the guests are well attended to and well taken care of? How do you make sure that nobody, because we're looking at about 3,000 people, how how do you make sure that every single person feels well taken care of, feels thought of, and they don't feel like they were not appreciated? So we began the task of thinking, you know what, we got the venue, we have got 2 halls, and then we said, you know what, in order for people to be able to, have a good time in terms of just going from one hall to the other, we divided the timing so that everybody will witness the day for this couple. So we had one hall, and we had a connecting tunnel, and we had the other hall. So of course, choosing the right vendors, making sure that we got the best of the best. The brief was also very simple. What was one of the brief? Make sure that you deliver a great guest experience, and you deliver a great experience for the couple. So the best food, the best decor, best drinks vendor, best small chops vendor, music, lighting, every single aspect of this event was very important to our client. So the team that worked on this event with me, the lead project managers on this event, was Cordelia, Flourish, and Esther, and of course with the larger team. So one of the things that was a really major challenge for us was, how do you make sure that all the guests feel well taken care of and they feel special? So from just from even the curating the guest list, creating QR codes for the guests. Some guests had physical invitations, and that was just because, of course, of the parents and the profile of the guests that were coming. So, you're going to have governors, you're having senators, apart from that, you're having the media people. Now, one other huge challenge was the entourage that was going to come with all the people that came. Every single guest, in fact, I would say most of the guests that came with one aide, or one, if some came with 20, 30. So just even managing that alone was a huge task for us. Then also even the road, the security and logistics on the road, there was a lot of traffic. And that was just because everybody was coming into the venue. Everybody wanted to come and see their superstar getting married. And then of course on the day, it rained. It rained. Even while we were setting up the day before, the rain was like, it didn't let up. But we did not give up. We were relentless. While it was raining, everybody went over and beyond as the Zafar events team, all the vendors, every single person. People were just, trying to just ensure that, they just delivered, despite the rain. Even on the morning of the event as well, when David and Chioma had their, photo shoot in the morning with all the photographers and the videographers, we had to have as many videographers and photographers because we're going to shoot from different angles, and the family, it's a large family, so you needed to make sure that everywhere, was captured. One of the highlights for me was David and Chioma's energy. Like, they had energy for days, from 7 a.m. in the morning till 4 a.m. They were like hyper. They had energy. I think that was one of my major highlights. Another highlight for me was the family dance. Chioma dancing with David's dad, dancing with her dad, her mom, David, all of them all dancing together.
My correct people, them, una don't hear and finish, una don't hear and finish. That's why, una way they follow me for this channel, una go no say, I always talk, say, let people do their thing the way they want to do it. Because you don't know their story, you don't know their reasons, you don't know why they are doing what they are doing. Okay, for example, now, see Davido marriage. Event planner don't come talk. Davido marriage, where people, they go compare to Sharon marriage. Davido marriage was more of a carnival. Imagine having 3,000 guests, and you are not even sure. You are not even sure of the guests, because most of those people that are coming, they are dignitaries, they'll come with their aid, they'll come with an entourage. You will not hear and finish. So what they were looking for is accommodation and satisfaction. That is what they were looking for. And if you know, say, most of all these halls, they not to get capacity like that. So you have to look for a place where go get the capacity, where go carry the number of people. And then, you have to think about many things. The event planner has so much. She get plenty things for her plate. She get many things for her plate. She has to calculate a lot. She herself, she call her the biggest wedding in Nigeria. No be me talk amona, she talk and say the biggest wedding in Nigeria. Before you go begin to think of guest list, before you go begin to think of this, think of that. And when I don't hear and finish, it was not even Chioma that chose the outfit. Her in-laws. And of course, when I know, when you are choosing something for somebody, more confusion go where you better agbada. You go where you cannot be way past my own. Confusion, not joke. Oh. That's why I mean sometimes even if I want to help person do something, I want to have an idea. Because when you say just do I no go know they want to do. I no go know how to start. I no go know how to please you. All this comparison was really not necessary. It was not necessary at all. Let people do their thing. Sharon Onoja, she had time to take time and plan her wedding. Chioma herself, we know Chioma, say curse of the world not to day her head like that. And you can't see couple, say she born twins, Mama Ejima. At least even if you never born twins before, you know people who don't born twins. If they're around people who don't born twins, you know say no easy. So Chioma has had the time to come and plan this big wedding, whether they call and say the biggest wedding in Nigeria. An event planner called it the biggest wedding in Nigeria. How Chioma for take get time, come plan this kind of wedding. Okay, she can abandon her twins, Abi. Can they pay attention to wedding? For me, personally, I feel like, she made the best decision, focusing on her children and allowing her in-laws and her sisters do the planning. For me, I feel she did well. She did well. They don't do the marriage now. They don't do the marriage. Whether you like the decor, you like the clothes, you don't like the clothes. She did her husband's house. Abi, last, marriage no be wedding. Marriage na after wedding. No be so. My correct people them. That is why when you see people living the way they are living, running their package the way they are running it get why. Everybody's story no be the same. It no be the same. You cannot compare the guests that went to Sharon Onoja's wedding and the one that went for Davido's wedding. You don't fit compare the two. So everyone now get focus. Davido own event planner, they think of how she won't take accommodate all these kind of people. She won't think how everybody will come and be okay. She won't think how everybody will come and have a sense of belonging and all of that. So there was a lot. And the two cannot even be compared because all of them, they get different focus and different priorities. But the both weddings were amazing. I was thinking, of making this video since that time where all this is just the trend. But yeah, at the end of the day, I felt like, the thing don't pass. But now this is a golden opportunity to just say, let people do their thing the way they want to do it. Because last, it gets why. All right, you guys. So even the guy will come out, they talk how, Davido do this, I know do that, he married Chioma as compensation. Una don't hear them by una self. All right, so my correct people, they me like this, I could just end this story for here. Una thank you so super much for watching. Una continue to stay beautiful. Una